I bet 75 degrees and sunny outside does that for us.
Good afternoon. Welcome to KCIC West, where the Scouts in white in front of us will be taking on the Lincoln Stars in their black and blue. 2 games today. Got about 50 seconds until we kick off here. Broadcasting from a different spot. Hopefully this works a little bit better. Still trying to figure out how to put a tip jar on here, you know.
Put a Venmo, see if we can put a Venmo icon.
Venmo code on there, yeah. Thirsty Pee Wee Dad. Seconds. I'm going to mute here, and we will be right back. All right, here we go. 16 minutes on the clock. I'm going to have to play with the Zoom a little bit here. Hopefully, all the action's on the offensive end and nobody gets down to this defensive end, and then I won't have to play with the Zoom.
All right, so here we go. Baylor on the faceoff. Faceoff goes into the zone. Goal looks like it's going deep. Looks like Hudson on there. Hudson gets a stick on it, and he's going to bring this around. Hudson working it over to John. He gets it to John. John makes a move back to Hudson. Hudson with it. Hudson going behind the net. He gets pinned. Hudson trying to get into the slot, and it doesn't. And Lincoln's going to transition his back. Lincoln's going to skate this up. Lincoln fires a shot, and that hits the net. Puck still loose. And looks like Hoagie's got it. He's going to wrap this around the net. Hoagie trying to break it out to Hudson. Hudson couldn't hang on to the loose puck. Hudson trying to get a stick on it, and Lincoln just fires it in, and that should go for icing.
We are not up 1-0. He fixed that while they go down. Forgotten mouth guard's going to send Axel to the locker room quickly.
Looks like Max on the faceoff. Faceoff goes back to James, and James back into his end. Max comes away with the puck in the corner. Puck still back behind the net. Puck moves out to Dylan. Dylan lines up his shot, and that's going to go back and wrap around. Looks like Ari's going to be the first one there. Ari tries to wrap it around, but that gets tied up. Max comes over. Puck comes out to James. James winds up a shot, and that goes wide, and now Lincoln has it, and they're going to transition this up. Good back check there by Tyler. And he's going to try to skate this up, and he's going to get tied up. And then in comes Dylan, and he's just going to push this down towards Ari. Ari couldn't get a stick on it, but he's trapped. We're going to trap it. Max comes behind it to help, and puck's still down there. And now Lincoln has it, and they're going to transition this up. Ari getting a stick on it, and he knocks it up to Tyler. Tyler trying to get a pass on it, and he couldn't quite get it there. Now Lincoln's going to skate. Dylan intercepts it, and Dylan gets it over back to Tyler. Tyler couldn't hang on to it. And Dylan working it up the boards to nobody, and Lincoln fires a shot. Good save by Quinn. And Ella on the clean up the rebound. Now Ivan has it, and Ivan's going to transition this up. Ivan's going to skate through some traffic. Ivan lines up his shot, and that's going to get deflected. Puck goes to Lincoln after the deflection, and Lincoln's going to skate this back down, and then they're just going to send this down deep. Addie's going to be the first one there, and Addie's going to work this puck around to Jackson, and Jackson tries to get it around the defender, and he does. Lincoln's going to have to reset, and we're going to get a whistle.
Who'd they get? Jackson? No.
It looks like
Oh, it was Lincoln. Yeah, got tied up with Jackson, I think. And
so. It looks like we had a Lincoln skater hold on to Jackson. He's going to go to the box for holding. So the Scouts are going to go on the power play here. Face off back to Addie. Addie lines up his shot, and that shot's going to go pad save. Puck's down there in the corner. And looks like the puck's going to get worked loose and go back into the corner. Sorry, I can't see the skater down there. Scouts fire a shot, and that's going to get deflected back, and then Lincoln's going to clear it, and they're just going to throw it down. And icing's waved off on that. Addie's going to get it. Addie's going to bounce it off the boards to Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to try to push it back in, and another pass back to Lincoln. Ella intercepts the pass, and she's going to get tied up quickly. Baylor's coming up, and he gets a stick on it. And now Ella has it. Ella's going to skate this up. Ella tries to send it up to John, and she does. John's going to skate after it. John's going to be the first one there. John looking for Baylor. Baylor shot, and that gets cut down, and Lincoln's going to try to transition this up and around, and they do. Lincoln breakout pass. The Scout's going to have to reset. Axel has it, and Axel waits till they reset, and he's going to send this back in. Lincoln works the puck around. John's going to be the first one there. He works it back out to his point man. Lincoln intercepts this shot, and they're going to fire this down. Baylor's going to be the first, or excuse me, Hoagie's going to be the first one there. Lincoln intercepts the pass. Hoagie gets a stick on it. Another good save by Quinn in the net. Another shot that's going to be fired in by Lincoln, and they're going to score after they don't clean up the garbage, and that'll take the score to 1-0. Face-off taken by Max back to Dylan, and Dylan just sends it to the other team, and Lincoln's going to take the puck and work it around. Tyler's going to come over to get the loose puck. Tyler regrouping, and he's going to fling this up and around the boards to Ari, and Lincoln's going to be the first one there, and they're just going to send it back in. Dylan with it, and he's going to just send it back around to the boards, and we're just going to keep wrapping this around. Ari has it. Now Ari's going to try to clear it, and that hits a Lincoln stick, and that's going to get deflected and go down to the other side of the rink. Ari following on the forecheck. Puck comes loose, and Lincoln's going to skate this up and in, and bad pass by Lincoln. Dylan intercepts, and now Scouts are going to try to transition it. Another bad pass, and Puck's there against the far side. Now Lincoln just fires the shot to get it deep. And Ivan's going to come up with this. And Ivan's going to skate this down. He's going to get it around a couple before he loses it. And now Lincoln's going to transition this back down. Lincoln set pass, and that's going to get knocked off to the side. Puck's still loose down there in the crease. Puck comes out. Ivan comes up with the loose puck. Ivan trying to get it up to
Jackson,
and then puck's going to go. Lincoln's going to be offsides. Face off at center ice, and Lincoln's going to come up with the loose puck. Lincoln's going to work the puck around, and they're going to skate it up. Ella tries to get a stick on it, and she doesn't quite. Addie comes over, knocks it against the boards, and Addie is going to work this up the boards to Jackson, and Jackson tries to get a stick on it. And he's going to fling this all the way down, and that's going to go for icing. So the scouts put a fresh line up there. Puck comes out to Ella. Ella's going to have this. Ella's going to skate it up to John. Looks like Baylor just skated right in front of John. Take the puck. Puck goes against the boards. And then Ella's going to fire it down into the crease. Puck gets deflected and comes out high. And looks like Lincoln's going to skate this down. Good back check by John to break up that shot. And John's going to fling this around to the other team, and Lincoln working the puck around now. That centering pass gets deflected off of John's stick, and then Hudson's going to send it up the boards to Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to fire this back in. Ella with it, and Ella's going to bounce this off the boards, and puck's going to get sent back in.
Well, how is
Ella
that not
gets
a
tripped. Centering pass, and that's going to get cut off down to the side. And puck comes loose to Baylor, and Baylor bounces the puck off the boards. And looks like Lincoln's going to be the first one there, and they transition it back quickly. And Lincoln's just going to fire this thing in deep. Hokie trying to get it off the boards. John on the back trailing that. Now Axel has it, and Axel bounces it up off the boards to, looks like Baylor, and Baylor's going to get this down deep, and he's going to follow it. Looks like Max got trailing, and Max is going to tie the puck up in the corner there momentarily. And Axel's going to get this down, and he's just going to send this and wrap it around. Puck working back out to the Hoagie, who goes D to D. And then Axel's going to lose an edge, and he's going to fire it in, and that's going to be offsides. Max on the face-off, and looks like Lincoln has it, and they're going to skate this down. Good pressure by Tyler there, and Lincoln's just going to end up chipping it deep. Hoagie's going to come up with it, and Hoagie trying to get it up to Ari. Puck goes into the middle, Axel back to Ari, and Hoagie just chips this up. Lincoln's going to chase it. And they're going to work this back around. Axel with it. Axel loses it. Lincoln with it. Lincoln centering pass, and good thing that got lucky there. Now Max comes up with it. Max trying to get it up to Tyler. Ari comes up with it. Ari fires a shot, and that's deflected, and that's in the crease. And Lincoln's going to come up with it, and they're going to skate up with it. And Lincoln's going to fire it up, and that should go for icing. Our passing stinks.
Not in the game yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a second, though. Pick it up.
Puck goes against the board after the faceoff. Lincoln is going to transition this up. Lincoln's going to skate this in. Centering pass. Good pressure there by Dylan to get a stick on it to break up that centering pass. And Beckham was able to punch it out so Lincoln has to reset. Puck goes back in. James working it over to Beckham. Beckham couldn't quite hang on to the pass. And Lincoln quickly transitions it back in. And now Lincoln with the puck, and they're just going to wrap it around. Dylan going to be the first one there, working it over to Jackson. Jackson battling against the board with Dylan, and then puck comes loose. Lincoln fires a shot, and that's going to hit a scout skate and deflect in, and that's going to take the score to 2-0. Lincoln with about 3:30 left in the first. Face-off won by Lincoln, and puck gets going back and forth there, and Lincoln finally settles it down, and they enter the zones. Lincoln pass, another shot, and a quick score after that. So that'll take it to 3-0. Face-off goes to the far side, and Lincoln's going to have it, and they're just going to send it down in. And Lincoln's going to be the first one there. Hudson trying to work it up the board, centering pass, and another good attempt by Lincoln. And that's going to get to the corner. Ella working down there with Baylor. Puck comes loose, and we're going to get a whistle. And looks like Ella is going to go for roughing. So face-off taken by Max. Puck goes out to the point, and puck's getting wrapped around. Lincoln fires her shot, and that's going to go behind the net. And Addie's going to come up with a loose puck, and she's going to try to skate this up and out, and she's going to lose the puck. Lincoln steps up. And now Lincoln's going to skate this in the middle, and they fire a shot. And Hoagie's going to block that, and puck's going to come out. Max is going to come up with it, and he's going to skate down with it now. Max on the rush, 1-on-3, and he's going to lose the puck, and the puck's going to go down in the corner. Good work by Max just to get it out. And we're going to get a offsides on the Scouts after the puck was going back and forth at the blue line. Face-off won by the Scouts, and looks like Axel tried to send it in deep, but Lincoln came up, got there and intercepted that. And now Lincoln fires it in, no icing on that. Hoagie trying to break it out to Axel, or Ari, and he couldn't hang on to it. And then Max just pokes this out. Now Lincoln's going to skate this in and fire a shot, and good save by Quinn. And Hoagie's going to pass it up to Lincoln, and now centering pass, and good pass by Lincoln, but couldn't quite connect with the back of the net. And now Beckham's going to try to skate this out, and Lincoln's going to send it back in. Axel's going to be the first one there. Axel's pass, and that's going to get cut down at the blue line, and Lincoln's going to work this around. And Lincoln fires a shot, and that's going to be covered up by Quinn.
That'll do it for the first. We're back in a minute. All right, we're back for the second. Except for it doesn't say second.
So as we get ready to kick off the second, we got Baylor on the face-off. Puck goes to Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to skate this in. And Lincoln fires a shot, and that gets deflected, and Quinn's going to quickly cover that up. Face-off goes in front of the net, and looks like Ella has it, and Ella's going to try to skate this up to pass it up to Hudson. He couldn't quite hang on to it. Now Lincoln's going to transition this back, and Lincoln's going to skate this in and work the pass cross ice. Ella with it. Ella working it up the boards to John. John quite gets tied up with the D-man, and we're going to get offsides as the puck was going back and forth. Face off won by Lincoln, and Lincoln's just going to skate this up and send it deep. Puck goes behind the net, and breakout pass intercepted by Lincoln. Another shot down there in the crease, and Quinn's able to cover that up, and we get a whistle.
Lots of whistles.
Face off won by Lincoln. Lincoln fires a shot, and Quinn's going to cover that up. So another face off, puck won by Lincoln, and Lincoln's working it back at the point. Now they skated up and they fire another shot, and deflection, and that's going to get wrapped around for another goal. So that'll take it to 4-0. Face off, and that's going to be won by Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to fire this down. Icing's waved off, and they're going to be the first one there, and puck's behind the net, and puck's going to get wrapped around to Lincoln, and they fire another shot, and that's going to get knocked out of the zone, and Lincoln's going to be the first one there. And Lincoln working the pass around. Good stick there by Axel, and Jackson has it, and he's just going to whack it down. And Lincoln's going to transition this out, and they're going to skate this up and out. Hoagie tries to get a stick on it. Axel comes over. A good stick by Axel to break that up. And looks like we're going to get a delayed penalty on the Scouts. So it looks like Axel is going to go to the box, or Hoagie's going to go to the box for, Axel's going to go to the box for hooking, excuse me. Face-off is going to be won by Lincoln, and we're going to get a whistle for holding.
That didn't take long.
And so that'll take it to 4 on 4. Let's go. So face off going to be won by Lincoln. Huddy comes over to tries to get a stick on it, and Lincoln chips this out, and puck gets deflected and goes to the far side, and puck gets knocked over, and looks like Baylor's going to be the first one, and he's going to try to chip it up. And Huddy tries to follow over, and somebody, Addy flings it down deep. Now Lincoln's going to quickly break this out, and the Scots have to regroup. And long range shot gets deflected by the goalie. Huddy on the forecheck, and he wins it. Centering pass, trying to get there. And Lincoln trying to push this up and out. Huddy was able to try to keep it in. And Lincoln bounces this puck up. Scouts have to regroup. And Scouts take too long to regroup, so Addy flings it in, and we're going to be offsides. So why are we going all the way down there?
I'm not sure.
Face off won by the Scouts, and looks like John has it, and John's skating this down. And John's going to get tied up by Lincoln skater. And John working the puck over to Tyler. Tyler with it. Tyler pass, and that gets intercepted by Lincoln, and they're going to skate this down. And after the deflection, John's going to come up with the loose puck, and he's going to skate this down. John trying to skate it into the middle. John gets around one. He fires the shot, and he scores. There we go. So that'll take it to 4-1 here. Looks like the Scouts got a little life in them still.
No time like the present to get that started.
Yeah.
You know, needed something.
Face off won by the Scouts, and Ari has it, and Ari's going to skate this up. Ari passed, and that's going to get deflected in the middle. And Dylan has it, and he's going to fling it deep. And Lincoln has it, and we're going to stand there and watch as they skate it up. Puck goes up to the middle. Ari flings it to the board, and Tyler's going to come up with it. Tyler working it over to Max. Max back to Tyler. Tyler's going to skate this up, and he's going to get the puck knocked off his stick, and now Lincoln's trying to transition this out. Good stick by Max. Max going to has it. Max is trying to get it over to Tyler, but the puck's still loose.
Wow.
And puck gets knocked back to James. James over to Dylan. And Dylan trying to get it up to Tyler at the blue line. And Tyler sends us across the ice to Lincoln. And now Lincoln's going to skate this up. And then Lincoln's still skating in, centering pass by Lincoln, and that shot's going to go wide, and another centering pass, and that's going to get transitioned out by the scouts. Looks like Ivan has it. Ivan's going to skate this down. Ivan fires a shot, and that's going to get deflected by the goalie, and Lincoln's trying to clear it, and they do. And looks like Axel's in a foot race for the puck down there in the corner. And Lincoln's going to wrap this puck around. Puck comes out briefly, and Ivan with it. And Ivan tries to flings it and fires it off in Max's body. And Lincoln's going to quickly skate this in. Good stick there by Axel to break that shot up. Good back check there. By the scouts, and Ivan working it against the boards, and Ivan's just going to send this down deep, and it looks like the scouts are going to get some fresh bodies, and we're going to stand there not on the forecheck, and Lincoln's going to transition this out quickly, and now we're going to get a whistle for
Might have been Jackson there.
for looks like hooking, and
Maybe. Who's going? Jackson?
it looks like Jackson's going for hooking. So face-off won by Lincoln. Lincoln working it at the point. Good stick there to break it up in the middle by Baylor. Puck goes down to the corner. Centering pass. Lincoln, another centering pass, and that's going to get sent wide. Lincoln with the puck behind the net. Adanelli trying to work another centering pass. Lincoln couldn't connect. And then Lincoln working the pass around. John coming over, getting it, tries to get a stick on it, and puck gets sent in. Lincoln firing a shot, good save by Quinn. Puck still down there low, and Baylor trying to work it up the boards. Lincoln's able to hold the line, and they just send it back in. Puck comes out. It's another centering pass. Lincoln can't quite connect. Looks like Lincoln working it at the blue line, and they skate it up. They fire a shot. Good save by Quinn. Baylor with it. Baylor skating it up. Baylor whiffs on the pass, and Lincoln's going to just turn around and send it back down. Lincoln still working the puck back around, and puck's getting moved around. Puck at the blue line. Good stick there by John to break that up. And looks like John's going to draw the penalty on that after the shove. So good penalty kill. So the Scouts should be transitioning to the power play here. So face-off won by the Scouts. Jackson had it for a second, and he loses it. Now Lincoln's going to transition this back in. And looks like we're going to get a delayed penalty here. Shot there. That's going to get saved. And looks like Lincoln's going to go to the box. And so it looks like we're going to get some 5-on-3. Let's go!
5-on-3.
So 5 on
Let's
3
try to
here.
do something here.
So Baylor on the face-off, and Lincoln wins it. Baylor falls, and Lincoln's just going to send this down, and that's not going to go for icing because Quinn's got to make a play on it, and she does. And now the Scouts have it, and they're going to skate it right into each other.
Oh, they didn't start the. Oh, there they did. Yeah.
Now Baylor has it. Baylor's over to Hudson. Hudson couldn't quite hang on to it. Dillon with the shot, and that's going to go wide. Baylor trying to get a stick on, and he can't quite. And Lincoln's going to have it, and they're going to skate up with it. Come on. And Lincoln's going to get around one, and they're going to get a shot, and that's going to get sent down. And John's got it now. He's going to transition his back. John's tried to fling it to Baylor, and that's going to get intercepted, and that's going to go for icing. And
So I'm between this second and third period here in about 3.5 minutes. John and I are going to run down to the other end to see if we can catch some offensive action on the other side. So bear with us as we pause this and sprint.
so face-off, won by Ivan. Ivan has it, and he's trying to skate it up and get a shot off. And he doesn't, and Lincoln's just going to get it and fling it down. And that'll do it for the power play as Lincoln successfully killed a 5-on-3. And faced off there down in the middle. Ivan had it for battling against it. Now Lincoln comes up with it. Lincoln's going to skate this down and in, and that puck's going to get knocked off the skater stick and go against the far side boards. Lincoln fires it at the point. That's going to get cut down in the middle. Lincoln trying to work it back to the center, and they do. Good stick there by Hoagie to get it, and he's just going to fire this down, and that's going to go for icing. Face off, won by Max. Max had it for a brief second before he knocked it off his own stick, and puck's going to get sent back around. Looks like, is that Tyler? Tyler had it. Tyler trying to work it up the middle, and that pass gets deflected. Quick shot, and good save by Quinn to cover that up with the Lincoln player crashing hard like that. Face off won by Lincoln, quick shot, and that goes high and over the net. Centering pass by Lincoln, and they quickly scored, and that's going to take it to 5-1.
I thought she blocked that. That was my bad. Oof.
Face off won by the Scouts, and Hudson's got it, and he's going to just send it down deep. Lincoln's going to be there, and they're going to try to wrap it around. Scouts able to hold the line, but the puck's going to come back out to Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to move this puck around, and Lincoln skates this in, and they fire a shot, and that's going to get covered up, or excuse me, deflected by Quinn. Puck comes out to John. John has it, and he's going to have the puck knocked off his stick, and the puck's going to get wrapped around the net, and that's going to do it for the end of the second.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back.
All right, so after the mid-game move, hopefully
I'm short of breath.
face-off taken and won by Lincoln, and Lincoln's going to skate this down, and Lincoln fires a shot, and that's going to get deflected and go behind the net. Scout's trying to work it up the boards, and Lincoln holds it in, and they send it back in. Looks like the Scouts got the wraparound. They're going to try to skate this up and work it around, and they can't. And now Lincoln quickly transitions it in on the rush. Lincoln working the pass, and that's going to get covered up by Quinn.
Try to stand there, maybe. I don't know if you can get a better view down there. It's up to you.
Six. Face off looks like won by Lincoln, and Lincoln knocks that out, so they got to regroup. Lincoln turn around trying to send it back in, and they skate this down deep. Pucks got knocked in the middle for a second, and it was knocked out to the boards, and the Scouts trying to work it down. Beckham trying to work it down, couldn't quite get it there, and this Lincoln going to transition is down, and they're going to skate into the zone. Lincoln moving the puck, and they get a shot, and that gets deflected. Another shot, and looks like Quinn's going to get a glove on that. Okay.
We're standing on ice, which doesn't help the cold factor in this place.
Lincoln wins the face-off, another shot from Quinn, and she pushes that off to the side. Scouts get it, and they're going to transition it out. And puck comes out, and like Scouts are just going to chip this down. Lincoln going to try to move the puck. Good stick there by Baylor to keep it in. Baylor centering pass, nobody's there, and Lincoln's going to skate this back down and around. And Lincoln just fires this off the boards. Lincoln centering pass, sorry, couldn't see the puck there, and they're going to be the first ones there. Another centering pass and wide open shot, and they miss. And now the Scouts are going to try to get a stick on it. And Lincoln sends it back in for another shot, and that's going to be covered up. Face off, and that's going to get worked up the boards. Puck goes over to Ari. Ari couldn't quite hang on to it. Now that Lincoln's going to quickly transition in. Lincoln fires a shot, and that goes high. Max trying to get a stick on it, and we're going to get a elbowing on.
Looks like Lincoln.
On Lincoln.
See if we can capitalize.
So the Scouts are going to go on the power play here with 9:19 left.
Face off right in front of us.
I'll need this. Thank you. Face off, and puck goes back to Max. Max has it. Max still working for it. Max reverses direction, and that could get knocked off the stick, and Lincoln's going to come up with a loose puck, and they're going to transition this down. Lincoln skates to round one, and that backhand gets deflected. Puck's there against the Scouts have it, and they're going to take this behind the net. Scouts pass, that gets deflected, and then another pass, and Lincoln gets it. Lincoln working the puck around, and they fire a shot, and that's good save by Quinn. And Lincoln's just able to keep it in. Scouts working pass. Looks like Max has it. Max is going to try to skate this up. Max gets to round one. Good move by Max, and couldn't quite get a shot off. Centering pass there, couldn't quite connect with Ari, and now Lincoln's going to skate, transition this back. Good stick there by our D-man to knock it off and slow down that rush. Beckham working on the far side. Good. And looks like Jackson has it. Jackson trying to skate it in. Jackson trying to get it to Axel. Axel's got it. Axel skates up. He fires a shot. That's going to go off a glove. Ivan able to keep it in. And we're going to get another whistle.
10 white. Was that on Ivan?
And looks like Ivan's going to go to the box for high sticking.
It's not wanting to work today.
Face off won by Lincoln. John intercepts the pass. John's skating it down. John's still staying with it, and he's just going to chip it around to Baylor. Baylor worked with the puck, and he's going to lose it. And Lincoln trying to skate this up. Lincoln's going to skate this down. Lincoln wrapping the puck around. Axel has it, and he hits it, and Lincoln's going to come up with the loose puck. Centering pass. And John tried to get it over to Baylor off the pass. And that's going to go for icing. Face-off walk goes into the middle. Lincoln had a shot, but that got knocked off his stick. And Lincoln's going to have to regroup. Scout's trying to get some pressure on it, and Hudson trying to keep pressure on it, and Lincoln's able to clear it, and Addie was able to flip it in, to send it back in deep. Huddy on the forecheck trying to mix it up. Lincoln on the breakout pass, and that's going to go down, and
Waved out.
icing's waved off on that. Addie working in the corner. Puck goes cross ice. Ella has it now. Ella's skating down with it. She tries to get it up to Jackson. Jackson skating down with it, and he's going to send it behind the net. Beckham trying to get there, and he couldn't quite get there. Lincoln's going to quickly break this out, and they're going to transition it down. Puck's down there in the middle, and it came out loose. Lincoln working the D to D. They can't quite hang on to it, and looks like Lincoln's got to regroup. And then Lincoln fires a long shot, and that's going to get cut down in the middle. Breakout pass, and looks like Tyler on the rush. Tyler's going to skate this down. Tyler trying to get it over to Max. Max trying to keep with it. Dylan trying to send it in deep, and then Lincoln's going to just chip it out. And the Scouts working it back around. The Scouts regroup. Tyler skates his back in. Tyler drop pass, nobody was there, and now Lincoln's going to skate this down. Lincoln working the pass. Lincoln still with the pass, working it down to the far corner. Centering pass, and that gets sent to the far side. Dylan trying to battle down there in the corner. And puck still down the corner. Now the puck comes loose, and the Scouts have it, and the Scouts try to break it out, and that's just going to get sent back in. Centering pass by Lincoln there. Puck still down there low, and the Scouts are going to just push it off the side. It looks like Ari with it. Ari, hard pass. And Tyler on the forecheck. Good stick by Tyler to break that up. And the Scouts are just going to backhand that, or excuse me, Lincoln's going to just send it down, and touch pass there by the Scouts. And Lincoln's just going to turn around and fire that in. Icing's waved off, about 3:30 left in the game. Puck comes out to the blue line. Lincoln comes away with it, and Lincoln's going to skate this down. Puck's going to get knocked off the stick, and looks like Axel has it. Axel is going to try to skate down with it. Looks like Ivan with it now. Ivan's going to try to skate this down. Ivan's trying to get around one. Ivan fires a shot, and that's going to get covered. Yes, Lincoln Allen with the wrapping around the puck. Beckham trying to get a stick on it. Beckham trying to keep it in. Beckham trying to get it up to Addie. She can't quite connect. And Addie's going to get called for tripping on that. And Lincoln fires her shot, and good takedown there by Ella. And we're going to get a whistle. So the Scouts back on the penalty kill. Face off won by Lincoln. Lincoln moving the puck around. The Scouts just watching, and Lincoln fires a shot, and that gets deflected, and that goes behind the net. Scouts trying to get the puck out, and Lincoln quickly gets it, and they fire a shot. Puck's still down there low. Looks like, is that Ivan? Yeah, Ivan has it. Ivan's going to skate this down. Ivan 1-on-3, he's going to lose it, and now this Lincoln's going to transition this out, and they're going to skate this down. Lincoln fires a shot. Good save by Quinn to cover that up. Lincoln working it down in the corner, centering pass, and that gets deflected. Ari has it. Ari with the puck now, and he loses it, and Lincoln's going to quickly skate this down, and Lincoln's shot, and that's going to just get covered up by Quinn. Face off won by Lincoln, and Lincoln shot, and that's going to come off Max's skate. Max is going to try to get there, and he chips it up to himself. Can't quite get there. And Lincoln is just going to send this back down deep. Lincoln working it in the middle. Scouts just standing there watching as Lincoln moves the puck. Lincoln skating it right into the middle and backhand, and that's going to get broken up there in the middle. And then Lincoln's going to regroup the puck. And they're going to quickly re-attack. And then good stick there by, what's that, Hoagie? Yeah, Hoagie. That gets knocked off the stick, and then shot, and that's going to hit the post. And that's going to get deflected. 15 seconds left, and that's going to about do it for this game.
Yep, that'll do it as the Scouts fall to Lincoln 5-1. We will spin up a new broadcast here in a minute. They're going to stay on the ice, and we'll be back with game 2 here in about 10 to 15. Thanks for watching.
I'll hold on to it if you, or do you want it? If you want it, doesn't matter. It's fine.